Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Mama Bird and Tribe. I can see so clearly now. The world is so different through my eyes because I got Lasik eye surgery. I'm doing this video because I want to share with you guys my experience and my thoughts on it. But as of right now, I'm loving it. It's been a month now since I got Lasik eye surgery. What Lasik is that this is your eyeball, and in front of your eyeball, there's a cornea. They are going to cut around the cornea and open up the flat. They're going to shoot lasers through your eye. And depending if you're far-sighted or nearsighted, they're going to do all the corrections to make your vision 20/20 again. So I did have a few questions before I ever got Lasik eye surgery. One of them was like, am I gonna go blind doing this? Based on my research, there hasn't been one person in the United States that went blind after doing Lasik eye surgery. So that was comforting. Another question I had in mind is it better just for me just to wear contacts and glasses throughout my whole life and just avoid surgery overall? If you're putting in your contacts on a daily, taking them out and putting them in, your eye is prone to infection. Maybe you're not cleaning your contacts correctly. Maybe there's something on your finger and it went on your eye and something happened to where your eye got infected. So that was also nice to know that some research are saying that it is better to do Lasik eye surgery because you're less prone to getting eye infections. Just giving you a little bit of history of my background, why I really wanted to go through the surgery. So when I was growing up, this was starting in my middle school days. I was sitting in class and I couldn't see what the teacher wrote on the chalkboard clearly. I went to my parents and I'm like, you know, I want to go get my eyes tested. I can't really see the chalkboard clearly. It's kind of making me dizzy. I don't know if I have 20/20 vision anymore. So I went to go get my eyes checked and they're like, well, you need glasses. And I'm like, no. I'm one of those people that are wearing glasses at school, like, they're gonna make fun of me. I was like, well, are contacts an option too? And they're like, yeah, contacts are an option. Back then they had like the hard contacts that were like super thick, and I was like, I don't want those contacts, I want the soft contacts. So I had contacts that I wore during the day and my glasses that I wore at night. I was pretty much nearsighted, so I could see things near. I couldn't see things clearly far. About 6 years ago, I wanted to get LASIK surgery. I was all for it. I did some research on it. I have some family that actually did it and loved it. So when I looked into it, I actually went to my optometrist and I was like, yeah, you know, I really want to get LASIK eye surgery. One piece of advice that my optometrist told me back then, it could be different now, but he was like, you know what, Vera, just wait until your eyes don't change after like 3 years. I don't know if that really makes sense now because the technology now is just so different and way more advanced to where I feel like if you get Lasik eye surgery, it's going to be permanent. Like, I'm going to have 20/20 vision for like a long time. Maybe when I turn 60 or 70 or 80, maybe it might change. But right now I'm 38 years old and I think it's just going to be 20/20 as long as I take care of my eyes. I wanted to get Lasik eye surgery after my sister got it a year ago. I looked into another doctor and he's highly rated too. So I went to go see him. They ran the tests. My corneas were too thin. I was like, oh no, I can't get it. He was like, I don't recommend it for you. But you know what? He never gave me any other options. And I was a little disappointed because I was like, you know, I really want to get this, but I don't want to mess up my corneas. Like, I don't want any complications after I get Lasik eye surgery to where my corneas are damaged and then I have to do other procedures just to correct it, if it can be corrected. So he pretty much gave me the guilt trip if I ever went to go consult with another doctor and do this surgery. And he's like, would you take that chance on your eyes, on your vision, how you see the world? And I was like, no, I'm not. But you know, after like a few months, my sister and some of my friends, they said, Farah, you should actually go consult with another doctor. Yes, he's a specialist and he's telling you his opinion, but there's other specialists that have different machines that probably could correct your vision even if you do have thin corneas. So I did my research and I found another doctor who actually highly rated, very credible, and had amazing reviews. So I booked an appointment. I went to go consult, and yes, I have thin corneas, but he has so many different options as far as procedures to do for those who have thin corneas and still want to get LASIK. And we ran the test on my eyes, and my numbers still fall in the lines where it's okay to get the surgery done. The other doctor didn't give me that option. So I talked about it with my husband, also talked about it with my sister, and I also have a little bit of astigmatism, and it will also correct my astigmatism. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's go ahead and put this surgery date on the books and all the other dates that I need. So my pre-op appointment, my surgery date appointment, and my post-op appointment were booked. And I was so excited, you guys, because I was gonna have my appointment a week later. And you know, I was nervous too because I've never had surgery on my eyes, and I've had surgery before. I had like breast augmentation and I had foot surgery. And for me to be awake, like the thought of me being awake during the surgery kind of like freaked me out a bit. I'm like nervous. I'd rather be sleeping and not looking at what they're doing to my eyes, to my eyes, versus me being awake. But so what I had to do before I had my pre-op appointment was not wear my contacts. So I can wear my contacts 3 days before my appointment. If you have hard contacts, like toric contacts, you're not supposed to wear your contacts 5 days before the appointment because your eyes could change as far as like the numbers, and also the shape of your eyes could change too because of wearing contacts. So they recommend not doing it. And I went in for my appointment. They had to dilate my eyes. So I had to have a driver to drive me back because after they dilate my eyes, everything is going to be kind of blurry. When they dilate your eyes, they open up your eyes a lot more so that you can see how healthy your eyes are and get a better reading of the numbers of what they have to adjust when I do the LASIK surgery. So they put the drops in my eyes when I went in for my appointment. And after like 5 minutes, I was like, whoa, things are starting to get a little blurry. I was on my phone and I felt nauseous. And I was like, oh my God, like everything is so blurry to where like I felt like seasick. My sister, like I was trying to text my sister as blind as I was getting, like as blurry as everything was getting. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't really see too clearly. And it's making me nauseous. She's like, close your eyes. So I closed my eyes and I waited for a doctor to come in. And then he shined like a bright light into one eye, and then they did all the tests, and then they did it on the other eye. They did all the tests, and after that appointment, my eyes felt irritated, and I felt like I was more blind than what it was because everything was just so blurry and it was so annoying. My eyes were so light sensitive too. They had me take home like these film sunglasses that I wore right like behind my glasses, and just driving home, like having my sister drive me home and having like the direct sunlight hit my face, it was so annoying. Like it was so uncomfortable. But other than that, after like 3 hours, everything settled down and became normal again. So yeah, just don't drive after your eyes get dilated. Don't recommend it. Some people have done it, but I don't know how I would ever get home after that appointment if I didn't have my sister. So the day of the surgery, you're not supposed to get your eyes wet the day of the surgery, so they recommend taking a shower before you even go into this appointment. Don't wear any makeup. Pretty much also have your prescription ready that you're going to be using the following day. So they gave me a prescription, I forgot to tell you, in my pre-op appointment, they gave me a prescription to get antibiotics, and also they told me to get these eye drops, like these refresh eye drops that you're supposed to put in like every 2 hours. But going to the appointment day, oh my God, it is the day I am going to see. So I'm super excited about this. I went in and they sat me in the room. They gave me some eye drops and they gave me a Valium just to like calm me down and also just kind of make me a little bit drowsy, but not to the point where I'm gonna sleep. So I just took a half a pill, and that was like perfectly fine. It just calmed me down if I had any nervousness. And then they also gave me a hairnet to put over my hair because I have so much hair, but you're supposed to get a hairnet, just get all your hair away from your face, and also some booty covers because I didn't have to take off my shoes, but I just had to cover my shoes before going into the surgery room. So they gave me a few drops in my eyes after that, and then they called me in. So when I walked into the surgery room, you just see these big machines. It's nice and cool in there. And then they put these anesthetic drops in my eyes to numb my eyes, and doesn't make your eyes, like, it doesn't irritate your eyes at all. So it just numbed my eyes and got my eyes prepped for surgery. And then they gave me a little stress ball, just in case I got super nervous when I was getting my eyes lasered. Like, they gave me a little stress ball. And then they told me to lay down under the machine, and they also gave me like a nice little blanket to put over it because it was a little chilly in there. But anyways, I laid down in this machine, and they told me to focus on this green light. So the doctor, he put in a clamp in the eye that they were going to do treatment on first, and then they covered this eye. So when they put in a clamp, it doesn't even hurt at all. And I also have like eyelash extensions, so it didn't even like do anything to my eyelash extensions. I know it's like bougie. I have eyelash extensions, yes. But just letting you know, even if you have eyelash extensions and you're going to get LASIK, it's not going to take off your eyelashes. So they put in the clamp, and sorry, my cat's over here. They put in the clamp and they open up my eyes. So I am like focusing on this green dot, and then I just see like all these other lights like happening. And then you do a countdown. They go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then they're like, you're done. You're done with that eye. And I'm like, oh, that was super quick. I didn't even feel a thing. That was super quick, and it was so awesome. And then they moved on to the next eye. So they covered this eye, and he opened up this eye with the clamp, and I'm like, cool. So after they did the same thing, they did the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. I was like, wow, this is so quick. So what they did, they rolled me over to the other machine. And then this is the machine that is supposed to open up my cornea. And this is where I was like, oh my God, like this is where it gets kind of real. So when they moved me over to the other machine, the doctor, he was like brushing my eye, and it was just like a weird feeling. It felt like he was painting my eye, but he was like brushing my eye with one of these tools. And then after he brushed my eye, I was supposed to focus on this red dot. So he's like, focus on the red dot. And mind you, I see like all these other like lights kind of flashing too. So I'm focusing on this red dot. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna count down. And I'm like, okay. So they're like 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 7. And the whole time you're hearing like bzzz, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then for a split second, things go dark for like a split second. Sorry, this cat is like all over me. And then I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So that's when I knew they opened up my cornea and they opened up the flap. And then he's saying, okay, well, just keep focusing on the red light. So this is when they're going to shoot the lasers in my eyes to correct it more. And I just saw like all these other like red lights going on, and like flashing lights. So like it was the coolest light show ever. And then afterwards, they put the cornea flap back on, and then they moved on to the next eye. And then he brushed my other eye, and I'm like, seriously, it was like the weirdest feeling, because you're like, you know, you don't ever pick at your eye, but then you have like this guy brushing your eye, and then like with the tool like poking at your eye to like open up the flap, but you don't feel anything, and it doesn't hurt. It's just a little like kind of like weird and uncomfortable a bit. Well, this is where the stress ball comes in, you know? But other than that, it does not hurt. Like, you don't feel a thing. And he was done with my other eye. The whole procedure literally took like 10 minutes. So it was that quick. Right when I got up and walked to the room again, I was like looking around, you guys, and automatically I saw a big difference. Like I saw things clearly. Like it wasn't 20/20 vision yet, but it was definitely a lot clearer than how it was before I even walked in to the surgery room. So afterwards, they told me what I needed to do. They told me I need to sleep at least like 4 hours, like take a nap for at least 4 hours when I get back home, rest my eyes, use my goggles. They gave me these really cool like goggles. They kind of look like swimming goggles in a way, to like put over my eyes. And I'm supposed to wear them throughout the day, at night, because my eyes are going to be light sensitive, and also when I sleep I'm supposed to be wearing these goggles every night for 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, it's so annoying. But I actually went back home and my eyes started to feel a little irritated, and that's when I knew it was like feeling like the anesthetic like wearing off. And my sister was like, take Advil. That's what she did. She took Advil right after, when she felt like her eyes were getting really uncomfortable. She took Advil, and after I took Advil, it was fine. I went to go to sleep, and I woke up maybe like 2.5 hours after, because Brixon was crying and I just automatically mommy mode. I woke up and I wore my goggles, and you're gonna get made fun of. My husband and my sister are like, oh my god, you look so ridiculous right now, but whatever, I could see. But I was looking out the window, you guys, and everything was like so nice and like super clear and crisp. Like I could see the trees better, I could see the clock in my room, I could see the signs and the pictures on the wall. Like it was really cool. That day I didn't like do anything as far as like watch too much TV. I wasn't on my phone like doing any type of tracking at all. Like you're not supposed to do any eye motions where you're like going back and forth. Like no reading, no on your phone, no scrolling. If you're watching like something on TV, like no sports, because you're always going to be like this and that. So you're supposed to give your eyes a rest, give them a break. So try to like not do anything. The following day, I woke up and my eyes were perfectly fine, but I knew I had to take my antibiotics now and also do the refresh drops. So every, I would say 3 hours, that first day I had to put the antibiotics drops and also the refresh drops. They're like tear drops. And I'm supposed to take the antibiotics drops for like a few days after, and do the refresh drops for every day for 2 months after. And you're like, oh my god, how am I gonna keep up with this? But honestly, like you're gonna know when you need to put the drops in your eyes, because it will start to feel dry and a little irritated, and you're gonna be like, okay, I need to put drops in my eyes. The day after the surgery was the day of my post-op appointment. So I was actually able to drive myself to the office. They said, you're gonna be fine to drive yourself. And I'm like, whoa, that's really cool, really quick. I got in my car, you guys, and I was looking at the signs like on the freeway, just signs like on the road, and I'm like, wow, everything is so clear. This is so cool. But it's not even 20/20 vision yet, because your eyes are just still going to be healing for like the next 2 to 3 months, sometimes even for like a whole year for some people, for them to like reach the 20/20 vision. But for some people it could be like automatic, like the next day. So I drove myself to the appointment. Everything looked great. They told me to keep up with the antibiotics drops and also the refresh drops. So I did that. The third day, you guys, I forgot to put drops in my eyes before I went to sleep. I woke up and things were a little bit blurry, and I was just like, oh my god, am I going blind again? Am I going back to like, is it reversing? Like I got kind of freaked out. So my sister told me it was so normal. Your eyes are just probably really dry. I have a fan over my bed, and like when you're sleeping, you know, it could have been like just air just getting through the goggles or something. I don't freaking know what happened, but my eyes just woke up like dry, and things were kind of blurry, and I was like kind of nervous. So I called the doctor's office. I'm like, hey, you know, things are just a little blurry today, and they said it's perfectly normal. Don't freak out. They asked me like, is it hurting? And I'm like, no, it's not hurting. It just feels a little irritated. And they asked me all these other questions, and everything was like a no. So there was no red flags. So after like maybe 3 hours of putting the drops every hour, everything was fine. Like things were clear again and back to normal. So there are going to be some days when you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh my god, things are a little bit blurry today, and it could just be your eyes just a little bit irritated, a little bit more dry. If you're not wearing your goggles, sometimes when you have like a fan on you, your eyes are not completely shut, but like the wind is just like blowing into your eyes and just making it a little bit more dry. It's been a month already. I went for my appointment a few days ago, you guys, and everything looks great. My eyes are almost 20/20 vision. My eyes are still healing. This one was a little bit more dry than this one. They told me just keep putting the refresh drops every like 2 to 3 hours. Don't do it every hour, they told me, just because your eyes might just get used to it. So they told me try to do it like 2 to 3 hours. And I couldn't be happier. Like, this was like the best investment I've ever had in such a long time. To invest in your eyes, it's so worth it. I paid about $3,700, and every place is going to be different, but I paid $3,700, and I paid a little bit extra because of my thin corneas. Normally I think it was like $3,200 if you go to that office, but I really love that office. They always follow up with me. They took care of me very well, and my vision is like perfect. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about this office, about this doctor, about the whole process. I really encourage you guys, if you have the money to do it, do it. They also told me that I was able to bill through my FSA and or HSA. So, and they also have like financing plans too. So that's another thing that they don't really tell you, is that you can actually build your FSA and HSA, and you can finance it. So if you're looking to getting LASIK yourself and you have any questions, just go ahead and shoot your questions down below. I'm going to link up the doctor in down below in the description of this video if you guys are looking for a good doctor. He's in the LA area, so if you guys are in the LA area. And our cat is just all over me today. Guys, he's getting so much love right now. I'm so sorry, he's so distracting, and like it's hard for me to like take him out of this video because he's so cute. But give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I will see you guys in the next video, and like I told you, it was the best investment ever. I can see things so clearly. I can't wait when our pool is done to actually just swim in the water with my eyes open, not having to worry about my contacts falling out, or just do a lot of things I wasn't able to do before because I had contacts or glasses on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.